Esau sold his birthright for a single bowl of stew. He treated the value of the firstborn's inheritance in the covenant family as something trivial. And by entering into polygamy with women of the Hittites, a people under judgment, he revealed that he did not truly believe the covenant. Through these events, recorded back-to-back in Genesis chapters 25 and 26, it became unmistakably clear that Esau was unqualified to inherit the covenant family's representative role. The firstborn is not merely the oldest child in a household. The patriarch of the covenant family is a king, a priest, and a spiritual teacher. Such authority cannot be entrusted to someone who does not believe God's covenant. And not every firstborn receives the birthright. Abraham's firstborn was Ishmael. Yet even before birth, God appointed Isaac and established him as the covenant's representative heir. Above all, without the foundation of covenant faith, the birthright must neither be received nor be given. Yet Isaac attempted, in an abnormal way, to give the blessing of the birthright to Esau. That abnormality appears in three ways. First, there was no fairness and transparency. Isaac planned to hold the blessing ceremony in secret, calling only Esau. Even Rebekah learned of it only by overhearing it by chance. The unity of the household had already collapsed. Second, Isaac demanded hunted meat as the condition for the blessing. The covenant family's blessing should rightly be carried out before God, with sacrifice and thanksgiving. The offering represents the worshiper and ultimately points forward to the Christ who was to come. The birthright blessing of the covenant family should have involved a pure and acceptable sacrifice, worthy of the reality it prefigured, the atonement of Christ. But in Isaac's desire to carry out the covenant blessing with meat from wild game, it is difficult to find reverence. It didn't worship. It was merely the pursuit of bodily satisfaction, followed by the transfer of blessing. Third, Isaac was deeply self-centered. Prepare for me the delicious food that I love and bring it to me, so that I may eat and bless you as much as I desire before I die. The repeated words are clear. I, for me, to me, as much as I desire. His own pleasure came first, not the glory of God. Isaac had drifted far from God's glory. The division was not only in Isaac's heart, the household itself was divided. Rebekah formed a plan with Jacob to deceive Isaac. Yes, there was a justification. The birthright must not go to Esau. But true faith does not require falsehood. God is the Lord of the covenant. He will surely govern events so that the covenant continues through the one who is fitting. And yet Rebekah chose a human method. In the end, Jacob deceived his father and succeeded in receiving the blessing. But does it mean that as long as the result is good, the method does not matter? No. God gives grace, and God also repays according to what has been done. The consequences that Jacob and Rebekah would have to bear will be revealed in the chapters that follow. And yet, there is a startling truth. Though the blessing was obtained through deception, it remained effective. Isaac trembled violently and said, I blessed him, and he shall indeed be blessed. Why did Isaac tremble? It was not anger, but fear. In that moment, he realized that he had almost handed the covenant's representative authority to someone unfit to receive it. And he also realized that God, in his providence, had restrained his error. Even upon human weakness, God's plan does not waver. This blessing was the covenant authority passed down from Abraham. And today, the principle of that blessing continues in us who believe in Jesus Christ. Scripture declares, "You are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession. We are royal priests, called to proclaim the excellencies of God. And Jesus also said, "Therefore go and make disciples of all nations." Those who receive the mission of disciple-making live within a blessing secured by the authority of a heaven and earth. Therefore, as weighty as the fear Isaac felt, we too must respond to God's calling with holy reverence. In our homes and in the church, this mission, to follow Jesus Christ and continue the work of evangelism and disciple-making, is life itself. Now we turn our eyes to Esau. He cried out, begging for blessing, but the birthright had already passed. Yet he did not understand. He said, "Jacob stole my blessing." But the one who treated the birthright lightly was Esau himself. Spiritual darkness, the inability to recognize the value of the covenant, eventually turns into anger and hatred. At last, Esau resolved to kill Jacob. As a result, Jacob fled to Haran, and Rebekah never saw her beloved son again. The cost of deception was never small. Yet God continues to accomplish the path of redemption even through human frailty. In the Old Testament era, the birthright was given to one person alone. But after Jesus Christ, the barrier of bloodline was removed. Now the birthright is open to all who respond to God's calling by faith. The one who serves is great, and the one who humbles himself is strong. As we proclaim the gospel and raise disciples, we become, spiritually, those who give birth to many peoples. Hebrews 12 declares, "You have come to the assembly of the firstborn who are enrolled in heaven." What astonishing grace! Jacob clung to the birthright with an immature faith. But we live in a brighter age of truth, and we can walk with a more mature faith. So remember, who is the firstborn? The one who believes in Jesus Christ, who looks to the hope of his return, who is united in love, who bears the responsibility of the cross and makes disciples. That person is the firstborn. Hold fast to this gracious calling and stand boldly among the assembly of the firstborn, whose names are written in heaven. Amen.
Genesis 27, 1-46. When Isaac was old and his eyes were dim so that he could not see, he called Esau his older son and said to him, "My son." And he answered, "Here I am." He said, "Behold, I am old. I do not know the day of my death. Now then, take your weapons, your quiver and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me, and prepare for me delicious food such as I love, and bring it to me so that I may eat, that my soul may bless you before I die." Now Rebekah was listening when Isaac spoke to his son Esau. So when Esau went to the field to hunt for game and bring it, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "I heard your father speak to your brother Esau. Bring me game and prepare for me delicious food, that I may eat it and bless you before the Lord before I die. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice as I command you. Go to the flock and bring me 2 good young goats, so that I may prepare from them delicious food for your father, such as he loves. And you shall bring it to your father to eat, so that he may bless you before he dies." But Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, "Behold, my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Perhaps my father will feel me, and I shall seem to be mocking him, and bring a curse upon myself, and not a blessing." His mother said to him, "Let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice, and go, bring them to me." So he went and took them, and brought them to his mother, and his mother prepared delicious food, such as his father loved. Then Rebekah took the best garments of Esau her older son, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob her younger son, and the skins of the young goats she put on his hands, and on the smooth part of his neck. And she put the delicious food and the bread, which she had prepared, into the hand of her son Jacob. So he went in to his father and said, "My father." And he said, "Here I am. Who are you, my son?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Now sit up and eat of my game, that your soul may bless me." But Isaac said to his son, How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son? He answered, Because the Lord your God granted me success. Then Isaac said to Jacob, Please come near that I may feel you, my son, to know whether you are really my son Esau or not. So Jacob went near to Isaac his father, who felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he did not recognize him, because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. He said, Are you really my son Esau? He answered, I am. Then he said, Bring it near to me, that I may eat of my son's game and bless you. So he brought it near to him, and he ate, and he brought him wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, Come near and kiss me, my son. So he came near and kissed him. And Isaac smelled the smell of his garments, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field that the Lord has blessed. May God give you of the dew of heaven, and of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of grain and wine. Let people serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be everyone who blesses you. As soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, when Jacob had scarcely gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, Esau his brother came in from his hunting. As soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and Jacob had scarcely gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, Esau his brother came in from his hunting. He also prepared delicious food, and brought it to his father, and said, Let my father arise and eat of his son's game, so that you may bless me. His father Isaac said to him, Who are you? He answered, I am your son, your firstborn Esau. Then Isaac trembled very violently, and said, Who was it then that hunted game, and brought it to me? And I ate it all before you came, and I have blessed him. Yes, and he shall be blessed. As soon as Esau heard the words of his father, he cried out with an exceedingly great and bitter cry, and said to his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. But he said, Your brother came deceitfully, and he has taken away your blessing. Esau said, Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has cheated me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and now he has taken away my blessing. Then he said, Have you not reserved a blessing for me? Isaac answered and said to Esau, Behold, I have made him lord over you, and all his brothers I have given to him for servants, and with grain and wine I have sustained him. What then can I do for you? Esau said to his father, Do you have only one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Then Isaac his father answered and said to him, Your dwelling shall be away from the richness of the earth, and away from the dew of heaven above. You shall live by the sword, and you shall serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you shall break his yoke from your neck. Now Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing with which his father had blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are near. Then I will kill my brother Jacob. But the words of Esau, the older son, were reported to Rebekah. So she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, Listen, your brother Esau is comforting himself by planning to kill you. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice. Arise and flee to my brother Laban in Haran, and stay with him for a while, until your brother's fury turns away, until your brother's anger turns away from you, and he forgets what you have done to him. Then I will send for you and bring you back from there. Why should I lose both of you in one day? Then Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the Hittite women. If Jacob marries one of the women of this land, what good will my life be to me?